Welcome back to My Back Hurts Really, Really, Really Bad.
I feel like you've done this intro before.
I know, but for some reason it happened again. I don't know
Oh
what to say.
no.
Like, yeah, 2
You
days
didn't
ago.
learn
No.
from the first time?
Apparently not. Yesterday, I'm losing track of my days. Yesterday, I went to the gym. I was playing basketball. Everything was fine. Halfway through, sudden sharp pain in my back, and it's so bad that like it takes me an entire minute to like stand up or sit down. It's a little bit better now than it was this morning, but it's like this is me trying to stand up. Ready?
Oh
Okay, hold on.
boy.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, I think I heard yeah.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
So, all
Yeah,
right, I'm gonna
that's
try to sit down again. Here we go. Okay.
poop.
Okay. It's actually a lot better now than it was this morning. This morning I woke up like extra early because I kept rolling over in bed, and every time I rolled over, it was like, and I was like, ugh! So, that's how it is. Other than that, I'm great. How are you doing?
How many times have you Peter Griffin death posed?
At least a few. I mean, I've lost track after 4.5, but it's happened too many times.
Fair enough. I'm doing good other than a random zit popping up on my face that we'll just ignore the rest of the episode, but
You know
it
what? I got a
happens.
haircut, so if it makes you feel better, look at this. Look, this is. I don't look like me, but
Oh,
that's just because I gotta wait for the
no.
hair to come back in. It doesn't look
Yeah,
bad.
you're
Carly's actually the
no,
one who did it, and so I give her
it looks
props for
good.
making
It,
my hair look at least
yeah.
presentable. If I want to show it off on camera like this, right? Like it doesn't look
No,
terrible.
yeah.
It looks a
Uh-huh.
lot better than that one time I let Poutine cut my hair.
Yeah,
Believe it or
yeah.
not, I still have
That
that video
was
somewhere.
that
It's in a
was
private
something.
video, but I have it.
Being mentioned publicly on SpeedChat Plus, everybody. So,
I mean, that's how we do it
yeah.
here. Anyway, welcome back to Speed
Yeah.
Chat Plus. We got some video games to talk about today. It's a little bit quieter of a week, but you know what? I think that's fine. I think that works in
It
our
is.
favor because it
It
means we
does.
get to talk about how we feel about video games and things that we like and enjoy and whatnot instead of just going over the news. And that's kind of the point here is
Yeah.
that anyone can sit here and read an article, but only Smirky can tell you what his thoughts on the new video game that hasn't released yet are, and we can't talk about that. We can't even talk about that. We can't talk about that. So forget I said anything. But anyway, let's
Well,
get into.
I've signed a number of NDAs in my time.
Me
So,
too, man. Me too. That's I'm not gonna break one yet. So let's pop
yet
up
is
with
the key word. Watch out for this guy over here.
I gotta wait for the
He's
right one, right? It's got to be like the
he's
gold rush,
scheming.
the perfect one. I
Yeah,
promise
right.
I won't break any NDAs. Anyway,
No leaks, no leaks, no embargo breaks,
nope, no embargo
no.
breaks here. But we are gonna show off this Forza Horizon 6 glitch that appears to have been happening to quite a few people. This is our
Mm,
quirky clip of the week. Michael, you
wow.
actually found this. I mean, you played a little bit of Forza. Did
Yeah,
did this happen to you while you were playing?
this didn't happen to me, but
Oh,
it's got a
apparently
lot
it's
of
common,
attention.
right? Yeah, no, you go right into the bullet train. Suddenly you're flipping, and now you're in Skyrim.
Finally
That
awake.
is
This is
crazy
probably
how
Trying to cross
they
the border.
put all of
this
Forza, like all of Skyrim, into
th
Forza. Like,
this is probably one of the best uses of the Skyrim meme. I'm gonna
it's
be
so good. No,
completely honest.
it's actually so good. Whoever did that put it together really really
Yeah,
well.
the zoom in on like the already zoomed in
Mm-hmm.
shot of the car like flipping, it's so good.
And then like how it comes up from like the spinning to him like whoa, like even when the guy is like flipping
Yeah.
around. Also, I want to make one more point of this clip. This is like a SpongeBob car, right? Like I'm not the only one who sees it.
Yeah, yeah,
This is definitely a
yeah.
SpongeBob car. That's not an
It
accident.
absolutely is. No,
So
it's got pants on,
it
Chad. It's
does.
got pants on.
If a car were to wear pants, would it wear it like this or like
Exactly.
this?
Yeah, no, that's literally,
If
yeah.
I had to, if I think about a car wearing pants, I think it just goes over the back two tires and goes over the top like this because I think this is just the incorrect way for a car to wear pants. Maybe that's just my opinion, but
Yeah,
like you don't
yeah.
put your arms through the pants, right?
No,
I mean
no,
that's
you don't.
anyway. That's one of our
Now,
quirky clips of
if
the
I
week.
if I ever go back to Japan and I don't see this car lying around in a parking lot somewhere, then I'm gonna be very disappointed.
All right, our second quirky clip of the week that I did not run by Michael, but I'm going to show it off anyway, is actually
You did
of
not.
Michael. I did. What is Michael? What's wrong with sharing your accomplishments? This happened like literally this morning? Is that how long ago you posted this?
Yes. So I
Give me some context.
so this literally happened this morning before this random ass zit popped up on my freaking face. Yeah,
Pre-zit.
preset Smirky.
Mhm.
So big donation, big reaction, gold met. But here's the kicker: this was not on stream.
No, like you could tell there wasn't chat or anything. You just like had OBS open and you're like, "Oh, whoops. This happened." But yeah, no, like, hey, congratulations! You hit your goal right in the nick of time as well. How many more days are there of the month for the goal? Isn't it like, is it literally on the 31st is the last day, or is there like a cutoff point before that?
Yeah, so I've been fundraising for context all of April and May for
Mm-hmm.
the St. Jude Play Live Challenge season to help support their efforts against childhood cancer. I initially set a goal for like I want to say like $5,000, and then
Mm-hmm.
we hit that within like 5 days, and I was like, oh shoot! So
Gotta
I
up that goal.
raised it to $7,500, crushed that, and then things kind of slowed down a while. And
And that happens.
earlier
Like,
this,
whenever there's like
it
a big
does,
event,
it
it's always
does.
kind of front loaded. Like I get that. I've been there.
Yeah, so pretty much this clip, I hit record on my broadcasting software because apparently, like not apparently, let me bring some context. So I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
doing
yeah.
an
Tell the story.
overnight stream was about 8.6K in. Like about an hour into the stream, we suddenly jump up to 9.1K. So we are over 9,000, and it's so epic and so hype. And then
I get that
I ended
reference.
up,
I got that
yeah,
one.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I was very happy with that and rated out into someone that also does St. Jude fundraising every year, Moco Made. It's like a brother, sister, sibling like channel. And they were asking me about my campaign, and they were like, one conversation led to another. Insert eyes emoji on the chat because like everyone in the community starts like looking at like the goal because like wow, we're less than $1,000 from the goal. So before I know it, I got like a donation from their community that was worth $500, and I was like, oh my God. And then another donation for $100, and I was like, oh my God.
And then
And
you
I'm
like
just
you
like,
caught the one that happened to push you over the edge to 10,000.
yeah,
Like that's
exactly.
special.
So that was like the moment that the donation came in. I didn't replay it. It was as it popped up, and I
That's
didn't know how much
awesome.
it was. So because it said goal met, but I didn't know how much the donut was until the music did its thing. And then if you listen to the clip, you hear it in the background because I had the stream up of the community I rated. You could hear this both of the Moco made sibling duo being like, they Smirky hit $10,000, hype in the chat, let's go. Like they were hyping me up in their stream, and I was like,
That's
first of
awesome.
all, when I raid someone, I don't make it about me. Like, yes, you
Mm-hmm.
get the shout out and the recognition, but it's not like meant to be like, it's their stream. But
Mm-hmm.
it just goes to show like whenever there's like a whole bunch of creators like banding together for something that is like meaningful, whether it's a collaboration or in this case a charity fundraiser, it's cool when we're all like genuinely uplifting and supporting one another in a space that is like super competitive and super analytically numbers driven, like
Yeah.
industry, like this is one of those moments that's just like, whoa, like this was a community that went out of their way. They saw what we were going for with our community, and they decided to help out, and they helped out in a very big way. I just did not think that was going to happen at all
Yeah.
because we were like $870 shy of a 10K, and they ended up raising it. I wasn't even live. I was like, I had a little bit of tiny bit of mixed feelings. I'm like, I'm not on stream to like celebrate this. I just rated out to this channel, and
But it's
I,
like at the same
they're
time, it wouldn't have happened if you didn't raid out, and it's like
right. I was
you
yeah,
take the
like I
wins
could
you
have
can
rated
get.
anyone. Like it's just I blinked and now we have surpassed $10,000. Well, we won't talk about the 67 cents that are leaving.
Ah,
Uh,
ah.
but over $10,000, it's not a number that is like unknown to me, but this year is really meaningful. The last time that I surpassed, I'm grateful to say this, by the way, the last time I surpassed $10,000, was the year that Twitch donated a ton of money to my St. Jude campaigns.
When
They
they
donated
themselves got you over
they
$10,000.
themselves donated $10,000 twice in the year 2023 to St. Jude campaigns that I was running, whether it was for Play Live or for like Giving Tuesday or whatever. And like they have opened their wallets plenty for me in the past. This year, I have had no big Twitch dono, no big corporate dono, no
Just
donation matching
100%
challenges.
charity grinding.
It's it's 100% community support, you know?
Hmm.
It's not like I didn't have donation matches as of this moment. Maybe that has changed. I don't know what the future looks like. Because
You
I'm
never
doing
know.
one more stream. You
Hmm.
never know. But like this is all like authentic community support, $10,000. Like I mean, the last time that I hit 10K authentically was probably like years ago. So to be able to do it in a year that is so tumultuous and inflation's up and it's really hard for people to donate right now, like I'm
Everything's
very proud of
expensive.
this.
Food's
Like
expensive. Rent's
everything is
expensive.
expensive. We all go through our struggles. I go through my struggles, but to be able to sit here and be able to fundraise for a cause that is meaningful to me and to tell my story, to tell my family story and stories from around the world every year. Yeah, it's I'm glad that I can like, you know, do this and be able to like inspire people. I literally a few streams ago inspired a viewer to create their own fundraiser to start fundraising for St. Jude. Like it's really cool because it's, the number is great, but the impact that comes with it is actually the thing that matters, whether it's getting other people to start fundraising or, seeing where all these dollars are actually like going towards. So, I didn't know you were going to bring this in the podcast because,
Well, it's
I'm a
a
little
big
like humble.
accomplishment. I want to
I,
celebrate your accomplishments as well as your community's accomplishments, and it's not like you earn $10,000 and you're not like, hey guys,
no.
look how much money I make from streaming. This is
Yeah,
it's towards a
yeah.
good cause, and that's
Yeah,
why
we
it's
save that we
important.
save that for Pride months when the check comes in the mail. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's funny.
yeah, because that's next month.
That is,
So,
it's close.
uh,
It's next. I mean, by the time we do
it's
the next
hey,
podcast, whenever that happens to
it's
be.
it's also my birthday month. So,
Hey,
yeah,
happy early birthday.
double up. Hey, thank you, thank you. So no, it is a big accomplishment. I think, I maybe don't like sound as like super excited, but I promise I am. Like I have
You've
been
had a
doing this
long
for a
day,
long
okay?
time.
He's the
I've had
man's
a
had a
long
long
day.
day.
Yeah, but I mean, wow, all these donos are so exhausting. No, I'm just,
Ugh,
yeah,
raising money for charity really takes it out of me. Ugh.
oh man, wow, another $100 for the kids, man. No, 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 no. No, I'm just having a good time. That's what this
Of
whole
course.
thing is. It's really hard to like properly encapsulate into words, like,
Hmm.
you know, the fact that this is something I can do in my mid 20s, that now we are over $107,000 lifetime just for St. Jude. On Tiltify, St. Jude plus all these other campaigns were over 130,000. And then I think in total we're probably over like 160K, 170K maybe,
Wow.
across charity things that I've done, like Extra Life and all that stuff. So I don't know. I just like raising money for good causes, and I mean, outside of St. Jude, a lot of my campaigns haven't even crossed $1,000, which is like a usual goal that I set for my campaigns. So
Hmm.
to have something that did that times 10 is like really cool. We're recording this podcast on the day I'm doing my final stream for St. Jude because I'm going to be traveling to go see family and, spending time with them. I'm not going to TwitchCon Europe. A lot of people still think that I'm going to Rotterdam for some reason. If I
What do
was
you
going
mean
to
you're not going
Rotterdam,
to Europe?
I'd be on a plane right now, actually. Like, but that's the parallel universe, Smirky, that,
All the
is,
different timelines, trying to figure out
yeah.
where he's going.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, it's like Kingdom Hearts, Zelda, I don't know, like, throw me in there and
I
that's what
was
you
just
get.
playing Bioshock Infinite, and that game is literally all about timelines and rifts and tears and crossing over into different
Yeah.
timelines and stuff. So it's like
Yeah.
that's what's in my head when it's like, yeah, in a different timeline, and you pull a tear,
Yeah.
and there goes Michael. He's on his way to Europe.
Yeah. But yeah, not this year, not this year. I already did my big international trip earlier in the year, so I gotta skip Rotterdam this year, but funnily enough, in that clip I'm wearing a TwitchCon Rotterdam like hat, and now I'm wearing like
Oh,
a
you kind of are,
Gamescom
aren't you?
hat. I
Yeah.
am. I got that hat in 2024,
What do you
which
know?
yeah, what do you know? That was also my busiest TwitchCon ever for some reason. That's a whole nother tangent that
Was
is
I at
completely
that one, or
irrelevant.
was that a different one?
Uh oh,
Was
I was referring to Europe, but I
okay, no,
think you
never mind
were
then.
no. Did you go to TwitchCon after Las Vegas?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Then no. Vegas was
No.
2023.
Yep,
Okay,
correct.
yeah, that was the last one I went to. It's been a few
Because that was
years for me
my
now.
Twitch ambassador year.
Hmm.
Which, by the way, I didn't mention. I didn't bring it in the podcast, but mentioning that they
Wait,
just
did
added a
I?
whole bunch of like
Wait.
they just added a whole bunch of Twitch ambassadors as well from all kinds of different creator disciplines and stuff like that. While Aaron's thinking about if he went to San Diego 2024,
No,
which
I
I don't
definitely. I
think
think
I
I
ever
went
will.
2022.
You went
Yeah,
2022, I
yeah. I went
know,
2022 in San Diego because that's
because
when I woke up
you were
early to
cheering.
watch the Packers play in London against the Giants, and they lost, and it ruined my whole day.
And then you went to watch me get 0 points at the Balloon World Cup in Twitch
That
Rivals,
was
where I got this.
awesome, though. Okay, that was so
Yeah,
cool.
I got the sign with my name on it still from that year. So yeah, I got to do Rivals at TwitchCon, which is crazy.
Hmm.
So yeah. Anyways, St. Jude, I'll just wrap it up by saying, the cause means so much to me,
Hmm.
and I am so grateful that it also resonates with over, like, I mean, dozens, hundreds of people, really, whether they can donate their money or can donate their time instead to just like, you know, hear about it and maybe share it with someone, whether or not they can donate. It's a whole chain reaction. Danny Thomas is the founder of St. Jude, and he said he would rather have 1 million people donate $1 to their cause than one person donate $1 million, because that is more people that are aware of what the organization is trying to do, what the mission is. So,
Yeah, and it
in
definitely looks better on the
yeah,
taxes too. So I mean, no, I'm
it
kidding.
looks better on the taxes, on the transparency reports.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So, yeah, I'm just yeah, big grateful. Shout out to the Smirksters, the community, all the folks on Twitch that are cheering me on. I do my best to cheer everyone else on and right back. It doesn't matter how much y'all are raising. It's like, the fact that we're doing it together is really, really
Hmm.
awesome. So I'm just happy to be a small part of something much bigger. And speaking of, stuff that is much bigger, I'm going to transition to this next segment here
Oh,
because I
yeah, good
can.
transition. Yeah.
Our good friends at Sonic have announced a new musical tour. We've seen a lot of video games
Wow.
and franchises do concerts lately, and now Sonic is going to speed his way onto the orchestral stage, um,
And
as
look at
well as
that.
like
He's
rock
in
bands.
Las Vegas,
He's
October
coming to Vegas
1st.
October 1st. They're doing this tour across the US and the UK in 2027. So US first this year, starting in Spokane and Seattle, up in the Pacific Northwest, working their way down to Cali, coming up to Vegas, and then going to Texas and the center of the country, and then all the way down to like Atlanta, Florida, stuff like that. So I don't know. Have you seen many of these like music concerts in the
I
video game
haven't,
industry
because I'd
lately?
have to assume it's not Sonic the Hedgehog himself getting up there and singing, right? And if
What do you mean?
anything,
That's him
it's
right there.
that's,
It's
that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna show up, and it's literally gonna be Shadow on the guitar. It's gonna be awesome.
Amy's
It's gonna
gonna
be
be on the
like
keys. Yeah.
Sonic and Knuckles on ice.
Oh my God. Imagine.
So I'm sure it's like, I don't know if it's an exact cover band, because I don't think they're gonna have like some 41 up there playing "Escape from the City," but I'm sure they will probably have some sort of rendition of that played by whoever they bring
Maybe.
along.
Yeah, I mean, normally with these like concerts, right? Like Undertale and Deltarune, they did like an announcement recently, and
Hmm.
they pretty much like go to all these different cities and their orchestras, and then they're like, hey, we need to like plan this concert out. Let's have y'all play all these renowned songs and host this event. Like there's a lot of events that happen in LA, Hollywood, Riverside are gonna have
Hmm.
concerts for this, but they also did one for like Monster Hunter recently. They do all, I mean, LA is LA, but like I'm using that as an example because I'm starting to see more of these iconic video game franchises take the stage and do these concert series, not just like one-off performances, which Sonic has done before. You bring out like Crush 40 Surprise, like everyone
Hmm.
goes crazy. But now we have an
It's Crush
ensemble,
40. I think I said
electronics.
Sum 41. It's a completely
Oh,
different band.
yeah, no, you said
You
something
knew who I was
different.
talking about, though. That's too many numbers in band names.
Something like that. But yeah, we got singers, rock band, and they usually do play like in-game footage that
Yeah, I was
relates to
actually
whatever
going
the
to bring
song
that up. I
is.
thought it would be kind of funny
Yeah.
how it says performing live and synchronized with in game footage. One of the
Yep.
coolest jobs in the world, I think, would be to literally play video games and have them record the footage to show while they're playing the music. Like, that's somebody's job. Somebody has to play it
Yeah.
and record it. They're paying someone to do
Somebody
that.
somebody has to get footage and play the game and have their inputs judged by thousands of gamers from around the world.
It's
So
not like they do it in one shot. They probably get somebody who's decent enough at the game
yeah.
to just like play a level and be like, all right, get to the end and don't get hit,
Yeah.
and then just give it a week. Here are the levels we want you to do, and send them all to us by Friday.
Yeah.
And like that doesn't sound like a half
Mhm.
bad job to me. I feel like I
No?
could do that, right? Like I've played
Right.
it. I've played enough games, Sonic games, other 2D, 3D
Hmm.
platformers. I feel like I could do that. So hey, if anyone's looking out
Yeah.
to get some footage for video games for their concert or whatever, hit me up. You know where to find me.
Hey, I think this man's pretty qualified, if I do say so
I have
myself.
played a
So
lot of video games. I need to get better about like actually saving them and uploading them, because it's like it's only
mm,
recently that I finally started stitching together all my playthroughs of stuff and putting them to archive, in case I do it for a couple of reasons. Number one, so I can always look back and be like, I did play that game. But number two is in case that I
mm,
ever need footage for those games for like a future video, I can go get that footage, and it's there and it's clean and it's nice and kept. And I actually had to do that
yeah,
today for something, so like it's
yeah,
something that happens, and so it's nice to have that archived. But anyway, I digress. We're talking about
right.
Sonic here.
Yeah, there's so many video game concerts lately, and our wallets can only take so much. So,
You say that
but
like
if
I've
anyone
ever
wants to
spent my
go,
money on it.
yeah, right.
Hmm.
But yeah, if anyone does plan on going, I hope that you enjoy. They are selling tickets on Friday, May 29th, from what I read. So,
That's soon.
by the time this video comes out, it's around the corner. I don't think I linked it as well, but also in the Sonic world, Ben Schwartz is starting to record voice lines for the new Sonic movie. So that
Hey.
is also like being worked on around the corner. They already wrapped up
Yeah, I
filming.
was like,
Now
they
they have
already
to do
did
the
filming.
voiceover
I saw
work.
that. But yeah, no, they got to do all the 3D
Yep.
animation stuff, and Ben Schwartz has got to be there and be like, "Hey, I'm Sonic," and then run. Like I love Ben
And
Schwartz.
run. That's the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so September, October is going to be the time to go see this concert. They have one November showing in Orlando, and then uh, they take a break and then go to the UK in February for everybody across the pond. And there's, I don't know, usually at these concerts they do like musical like little Easter eggs and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
too. So,
The closest they get to
longtime
me is
fans.
Illinois, and I don't want to go to Illinois for that.
Yeah, who wants to go to Illinois?
Gross.
Sounds like you should just come to the concert here in Vegas.
Now you're talking. I
Yeah.
could always go to the one in
Or,
Portland and see my family as well. Oh, but I think there's a
or,
Packer game that day. Can't
uh,
make it. Sorry. It's during
or
football
we could
season.
just,
During football season, I'm completely blocked
yeah,
off.
yeah. Oh, but I mean, what if there's a game in London and it just so happens to be on like the day that they are in London? You never know. We could cross
Might
the
be.
pond for that
There
one.
might be. Hold on. NFL London.
Oh, wait a minute.
I know
I,
that they
I
have
just
2 games, 2 or 3 games in London this year. Hold
I
up.
just I pulled that out of the rabbit's hat. So this would be this year in the fall. Yeah.
October 4th, 11th, and 18th.
Nope.
Nope, they do it in
London is
September. Oh, it's so
September.
close. It's literally less than a week. That's how close it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, we wouldn't do
But
that anyway. I don't want to.
yeah.
I don't want to go watch the Washington
Nah.
Commanders.
Yeah, no. But yeah, this is all tied into Sonic's 35th anniversary, which was, obviously announced at the start of the year because
Mm-hmm.
this is his 35th anniversary. So this is one
Happy
of
birthday,
the big things that
Sonic.
they're doing. So yeah, there's all kinds of things that they've been doing this year, and this is one of the cool ones. So
Mm-hmm.
yep,
You want to see what's not cool though? I
what's
mean,
not
like the
cool?
idea of it is cool, and then like in practice, it's not because it's Call of Duty Mobile, and oh my goodness, I hate Call of Duty Mobile. But they're putting Persona 5 as a crossover into Call of Duty Mobile. So like you actually see in a second here, there's like a Joker skin that looks like all like modeled out with like realistic hair, and
Oh
he's
my
holding a gun, and
gosh.
I'm like, but why does it have to be Call of Duty Mobile? Why are you like teasing yourself with Call of Duty Mobile? Oh! This is the best worst thing that's ever happened. God, I hate it.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to bring this up at least because I'm not a player of Call of Duty Mobile. You won't see me spending
Okay.
an ounce or a penny on mobile games, but like, oh, the fact that they're like taking one of the best franchises of all time, at least in my opinion, and then
Uh-huh.
trying and then like just bastardizing it inside of Call of Duty Mobile is
Uh-huh.
just it's ah. Anyway,
Okay,
what do you
but
think about this?
what I want to know is why are the Phantom Thieves going after these two dudes? Like, what do
Gotta
they
steal their
have going
hearts,
on?
you know?
Yeah,
They probably like pineapple on pizza or something. They gotta get that out of there.
their flashlights are too bright.
That's what it is. Or he probably he's thinking about putting too much down on a condo, dude. Now's not the time to be buying a
Hmm.
condo. A huge waste of money. So of course we gotta
Yeah,
get
that
Joker to
stairwell.
take that
Yeah,
desire.
that stairwell in the back is actually them going further into mementos, and
That's
they
actually a pretty
cross
good one.
paths.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We
yeah,
see the
the
calling
calling
card,
card and
but yeah,
everything.
obviously it looks like the skins are gonna be Joker, on that Makoto, sorry, and then I think
Uh-huh.
that's the redheaded girl whose name escapes me, but she's specific to Royal. You don't play her in the original one, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, the gymnast.
I mean, yeah, it's not like it's not. I don't know if it's Futaba.
That's not
I don't
Futaba, no, no.
know.
Futaba is the really young girl. Actually, ironically, Futaba and her are the same age, but like they just don't look it because
Yeah,
Futaba's like this tall, and then she's like that tall,
yeah.
right? Hold on,
No,
I'm gonna do some research.
yeah.
Persona 5 Royal Redhead. This I mean it'll tell me. Um, Samire, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Samire. Okay, yeah, because she does the yeah, exactly.
yeah. So we got male protagonist and girls,
And girl, I mean, of
and
course. I mean, it's not an
yeah,
anime game without male protagonist and girls, you know?
exactly.
I just
You
thought
know,
that was a fun little
Cl-
tidbit. I want to throw that in there. So,
classic. Hey, it's
mm-hmm.
something. You know what
Okay.
else is something?
What else is something, Michael? Tell me about it.
So this is surprising a lot of people. So there is a new expansion coming for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Isn't that crazy?
Uh,
This long after its release, and they're
this
like, ah,
is
we're still throwing out
no,
expansions.
and it's coming in 2027 with more
Mm-hmm.
information later this summer.
Which is
It'll
interesting
take
because
you,
I'm pretty sure they already
yeah,
announced The
a
Witcher 4,
while.
right? And they're working on it, and they already showed the lead is a woman, and so it's going to be a little bit different, but it's still The Witcher, so everybody's still going to love it. And to be like, oh yeah, by the way, we're actually still bringing out updates and expansions for The Witcher 3, which came out like a decade ago. Like this is as crazy as Nintendo adding an update to Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is pretty stunning actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This game came out a long time
Mm-hmm.
ago. So it's yeah, you gotta like make sure your system requirements are up to date. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's some the
it's
Witcher
wild.
fans have got some good eating coming. That's awesome. And I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
probably see more of this in the upcoming weeks because the whole like next week is like all of the announcement stuff, whether it's like State of Play or Summer Game Fest and all that jazz.
Oh.
So we're definitely probably gonna be seeing something, I think.
Yeah. I it's incredible to see them go like, back to a game like one more time to do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
That the game has been so long standing. It's new DLC in the big 2026, 2027. So
Wasn't on my bingo card.
yeah, we're so back, everybody. We're so
Chat, we're so
back.
back. Witcher fans are eating good.
Hmm.
You know who else
He's
is
also
eating good?
carrying.
Oh,
Oh, I was just gonna say he's also carrying three swords. I
he's
think that
got
might be.
three swords
He's got
only.
two on his back and one in his hands. Yeah,
He needs to
I
be
think
carrying more
that's
swords, honestly.
yeah. It's The Witcher, but three. So
So they posted
swords.
this at
Yeah.
4 a.m. Who posts stuff at 4
Hmm.
a.m.? They're
They do,
probably not local to the U.S. I'm assuming.
and that's Central Time, so 2 a.m. my time. Even
Mm-hmm.
crazier.
Middle of the night. Okay, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know who's eating good. You know what else is yum 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 right now. Everybody
What's
who's
yum yum yum?
playing 007 First Light. Apparently, it's reviewing very well, right? Like, I mean, they'll
It
put up
is.
anyone who gives it a 10. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna throw it out there. Sometimes critics will give a game a 10 just so that they could be like, look, ma, look. I don't know who Pocket Tactics are, but look, ma, I'm on the tweet. But looking at it, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people giving it eights and nines and 9.5s, and there's a consensus that it apparently is a pretty good game. Have you gotten a chance to look at it yet?
I was lurking in a couple streams and saw like a little bit of the intro to the game because everyone else was like downloading it on Steam when I clicked through the category. So
Mm-hmm. I've been looking forward to playing it, and I really want to play it. And I've seen some footage of it, and I think it looks really good.
I've
My
seen some cameos.
my little like, oh yeah, there was the Jacksepticeye cameo. Sorry for
There's a
any spoilers, but
Jacksept.
that's
There's a yeah. Sorry. There's a Jacksepticeye and a Shroud cameo.
oh,
Have you seen
that's
the Shroud one?
awesome. My little fun
Yeah.
story is that I got an email saying I was pre-approved for it, so I could get like a review copy. And when I clicked
Oh,
on it, it wasn't lit up, like I couldn't request it. And I was like, okay. And then so I emailed them, and then they never got back to me. So maybe fingers crossed they eventually get back to me. I'm hoping. I don't have to play it the day it came out, which is today, ironically.
right.
I'll play it whenever. You want to get back to me in 2 to 3 weeks from now? I'll still happily accept it. But like they were like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yes." And they're like,
Uh,
"Yeah, you want it?" It's
Squirrel.
so,
Yeah.
but I'm really excited for that one. I'm really looking forward to it,
Mm.
and I know a
Yeah.
lot of other people
Eurogamer
are
gave
already
it an
enjoying
8.
it.
Yeah.
So shout
Yeah.
out
I mean,
to 007.
those are good scores. Yeah. I think it's a really awesome game. From all the stuff we've seen at like the Game Awards about it. So
Hmm.
I'm really stoked that it's finally out, and we'll probably see it nominated for
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
So.
It'll be nominated for a couple of things. You know what came out of left field though, and apparently is really really good, is this game called Mina and the Hollower. IGN
Mm,
gave it a 10. We've got Games Radar on here giving it a
mm.
9. We've got what else do I recognize? I saw something Nintendo up here that was Nintendo Life giving it a 9, and I've seen this in passing, and I
Uh-huh.
heard that it was good. I didn't realize it was going to be that good. And that's kind
Mm.
of awesome to see that this like kind of fun little pixelated game came out of nowhere and stole the hearts of people everywhere. Because if you've seen any gameplay of it, it is literally like this kind of pixelated, a little bit more in depth than like Undertale. Like it has a little bit more quality to its pixels than that, but it is still like an indie inspired game that definitely just came out of nowhere and was suddenly just really good. And I love it when games come out of nowhere and are suddenly
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
So, have you heard anything about this game before?
I did come across some information on it, and like I also like found like an email that like gave me some information about it as well
Mm-hmm.
because press releases and stuff. Basically, this game is It's from Yacht Club Games, and they are the developers that brought you Shovel Knight. So,
Ah, yep, that makes sense.
you
See, I
you
knew that. It
already
was like it was in the
know.
back of my head, and then you said that, and I go, "Pfft, yeah, that's right.
Yep,
It's
and this
true.
is their next 2D action adventure pixel platformer, all major platforms. It officially actually is coming out on May 29th, also on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it runs about 20 to 30 hours. I can give you the YouTube trailer link if you're looking for it.
Yeah, if you could. I mean, there's probably
For
at least a few, right?
There you
All
go.
right,
I
there we
got
go.
you.
Bet, because I kind of wanted, like, I know what, like, I've seen it in passing. I haven't actually gotten to like in-depth look at this game, but
Yep.
I like the
Uh,
people that I know that have talked about it. I like to watch a channel called Gamer Ranks. They're like
mm,
gaming journalists, but they don't suck. And they've already given this game a
yeah.
lot of praise as well. So like you can tell it is that pixelated style. It does kind of mimic the same style as Shovel Knight, which makes sense coming from the same developers, same
Yep.
studio.
I'll read the description while y'all are watching this. Descend into a frightful world of action adventure in Mina the Hollower. Take control of Mina, a renowned hollower hurtled into a desperate mission to rescue a cursed island. Burrow beneath hazards and monsters, whip foes into oblivion, and gear up with an arsenal of sidearms and trinkets. Explore a vast world filled with pixel perfect graphics, masterful gameplay, beastly bosses, and infectious music. Encounter a cast of bizarre characters, search out secrets in an array of exotic locales, and
Locales.
illuminate the omnipresent darkness in Mina the Hollower. And we're getting that like retro feel to it too.
Yeah,
So,
and it
uh,
like it breaks my heart that the
yeah.
first comment I saw about it was someone being like, "How is this a 10 out of 10? It looks like a Game Boy game."
Mm,
But I want to remind anyone, most of the people I talk to share this sentiment, but a great video game isn't great because of its graphics. It's great because of its game. And as long as the
mhm.
graphics complement that, whether it be realistic and hyper realistic or next gen console, or even if it's something as simple as this where it's pixelated, like it leans into it. It knows how to make the pixelation look good and really builds that
And
world around it. Like this can still be great. This is a form of art and it knows how to
yeah.
utilize that.
I like how it like brought in the environment, like when it was like unlocked the hidden extra part and it just like
Hmm.
poofed in, and then the boss fights actually look like super fun,
Like
like
a 10 out
in
of
this
10
trailer.
game, you cannot tell by looking at it, right? There is so
No.
much more nuance to what makes a good game than just how it looks. I promise
Mm,
you. And
exactly.
so this
I
is
mean,
this is living proof, I think.
look, a 10 out of 10 game is not a perfect game.
Oh,
It's
definitely. There's
not,
no
you
such
know,
thing as a perfect game for
there's
sure.
no such thing as like a perfect game. So, but a 10 out of 10 is like, you know, not perfect, but it's like it's essentially just like incredible from all different aspects, the whole package, the music, the art, the story.
Hmm.
And that is what gives that is why games like this end up with a 10 and end up getting attention. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, and it's not just because that like it's Shovel Knight like developer. It's like actually a really
Like
cool game,
it's a good
and
game. It's like, yeah, maybe it came from them, but that's not what's necessarily elevating it. It being a good game is what elevates it.
yeah. So yeah. Mina the Hollower, they've been working on that game
Not
for a
paid, not
while,
sponsored. We
so
just like to call out
not
good
paid, not
games when we see
sponsored.
them.
Exactly. And I'm pretty stoked about it. So it's yeah. Hey, we got Mina the Hollower before GTA 6, so that's all that matters.
So true. But now we're going to pivot a little bit. We're going to talk about some Twitch
Mm.
news because we always like to talk about Twitch news because you and I are on Twitch almost every single day, whether we're streaming or just
What's
on there
that?
watching it. I'm sure you might have seen this in passing. If you haven't, this is
Uh-huh.
something that was announced earlier today where Amazon Ads is ready to launch two AI Twitch sponsorship tools at TwitchCon. So what it's going to do is there's going to be Campaign Assist that analyzes how creators speak during sponsorships and will prompt them on what they need to say or if they need to change tone, stuff like that. So it's like it's an AI that it's listening to you and it'll be like, "Oh, hey, don't forget to mention this," or "Hey, make sure that you're sounding a little happier about it." And then on the other side there's one that's going to be reading your chat and will be able to process whether or not your chat's excited for it or if they are thinking that maybe that you're not into it because chat's all like, haha, boo, right? And so I could see this going a couple of ways where people are like, ew, this is a little intrusive. And it could end up leading
Yeah.
to people getting their sponsorships pulled because they're not smiling enough, or chat's not excited for it enough, or like I'm honest with my ads sometimes where I'm like, hey guys, this is an ad, it's something that I really like and I would love to show you, but also if you gotta pee, now's the time. Right? Like,
Right. I wonder if that also is going to impact what like offers come to the table in the
yeah,
future.
absolutely. Like I noticed I've been
Yeah.
getting less and less offers, but I think that's also because I get less and less views, and that's all right. But but
Mm.
I do think that a lot of people, even though it's not technically generative AI, it is still that form of AI that feels intrusive, right? Like, why do
Yeah.
I need a robot to tell me that I'm not pitching something correctly, or I'm not, like, my audience isn't receiving it well enough? Like, who knows my audience better than me? And why is a robot going to dictate how I do my sponsorships? I do my sponsorships how I do it. Like, think of any YouTube video you watch. Some of my favorite ad integrations is when somebody doesn't just sit there and do an ad read and be like, you can get 2 months of Duolingo if you use my code. But when they actually do something funny that's in the tone of their style of comedy and storytelling, and maybe they'll use a green screen and have the Duolingo bird eat them or something, right? And it's like,
Mm.
each person is going to be able to pitch their ads differently, and I don't think any sort of AI is going to be able to pick up on all of that, right? And so there's already negative responses to this, not just because of the term AI,
Yeah.
but because at its core, it is intrusive.
It's also like, like the sponsorships tool has already like gotten flack for like a lot of the rates that are being offered
Oh,
being way
yeah.
below industry standards.
Not only is it below
Which I
industry standards, sometimes
yeah.
it's not even offering anything. It's like, you could get
No.
bonus subs, and it's like,
Oh
what?
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's not
That
paying
that
me.
that in particular was
I don't
they
think
got
they're
some
ever gonna
feedback
do
on
that
that.
again, but
I would
but
hope
like, that
not.
was bad.
Yeah, the sponsorships tool has definitely had ups and downs. I do use it. I do deny some and I do take some, but like, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's very dystopian for
I like
sure.
this one. Not a huge fan.
But it's not a huge fan.
Not a huge fan.
Yeah, no.
You definitely use the sponsorships more than I do. So like, how do you feel about knowing that an AI is listening to you and trying to tell you that you need to smile more, or you need to be you need to make sure that your chat is
I
listening to you when you say it?
I worry about like again how that affects offers and even like, because whenever you complete a sponsorship with Twitch, they have to review it. Someone has to go in and just check like
Just to make sure that you did
did
it.
they complete the ad read? Did they do the channel skin? And then also they also have to uh if it's like a bounty board, like a max payout kind of thing, they have to make sure that they know how many like channel skin interactions or views that you had so they can adjust things accordingly because sometimes you might not hit your max payout for a bounty board
Some of
campaign.
that is definitely done like automatic. Like, it just takes the number of viewers you
Some of
have
it
and
is,
can proportion
yeah.
it. Like, that's just math.
Yeah, some payouts sometimes happen instantly, I've heard, but some other payouts have happened like after a lot of time. The most recent sponsorship I did, it took like a couple days for the payment to actually get added to my dashboard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I've
So
ever
I
had one that
wonder,
wasn't instant. That was, maybe that's just me, but like,
yeah, but I do wonder if like this could end up being where like, these tools could be used by companies to like deny payments if like the speaker is not necessarily using the right tone
ooh.
or if chat is not like a big fan of like what is going on, like if that could maybe punish the creator.
Like, one of the worst
Um,
feelings is when you do an entire ad read, take the time to do it, and then you don't get the payout. That's only ever happened to me
yeah.
when I don't reach the viewer threshold. But like, in the least bit, at least whatever game I play, I got for free. So it's not like I walk away empty-handed. Hey, I still got a free game out of it. But it's like, could you imagine you're supposed to do an ad read for I don't know, like a trailer or something, or a
Mm.
free game that you're playing, and you do all that work and you play through the game, and then you realize that like AI came in and was all like, you didn't pitch it well enough, you're not getting paid, and you're like, that was I already put
And
my
then now,
time into
now
it.
and then now it gets flagged, and you have to have someone
Mm-hmm.
manually review it, and that takes a
Mm-hmm.
lot longer. Uh, Co Carnage quote tweeted saying that awkward moment you realize that bots will be here soon that tell you what jokes to make, what topics to talk about, what questions to ask your chat that are topical, and that it will be the norm. Pick
And
your
then it's not
personality
even
and
your
mood.
stream anymore. It's a Twitch, it's
Exactly.
Amazon mandated stream at that point. Then why even watch that creator specifically if they're all going to say and do the same things?
Yeah. It's Yeah, the Twitch sponsorships tool like was exciting when they announced it, and now it's just kind of gone through a lot of turbulence. You know, first they had the stream elements like sponsorships, and now
Mm-hmm.
those don't really exist anymore. Those are pretty bad anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you're getting like pay offers that are like a quarter or half of like the market rate,
Yep.
and they're if they're gonna try like, are these tools gonna be used to like dock your pay if like chat isn't like you know, alongside the game that you're playing. And if so, that's like insult to injury on the already low like offers that we have seen. There have been some sponsorships I have done through the portal that have been good, but they're few and far between. Many of them are very low. And a number of them I do reject as well. I do plenty of them, but I also reject plenty of them because some of these are just like not a fit, or they just really do pay awful, and it's just not worth an hour of my time. So,
Bro, can we
um,
like bring back the
can
days
we opt out
where
of this?
they
Like,
like
I'm
I
fine with
remember
it
the
now.
days they sent me like a 12 pack of like Mountain Dew game fuel and we're like, this is free. We sent it to you for free. Drink it on stream while you play Fortnite for an hour and we'll give you $50. And I was all like, I'll do that. $50 for like 30
Uh-huh.
viewers on Fortnite while I drink free Mountain Dew. Oh yeah, we're in there, baby. Right? Like those were the
Yeah,
good days. And
those were the
they
good
don't do that no
days.
more. That was like what, 2018? Oh.
Yeah, I wonder if so it says Amazon Ads is launching these tools at TwitchCon. I have no idea if
I wonder,
like
yeah,
that
if
and
that's going to be this Twitch like
it's
your
that well,
TwitchCon or if it's going to
I
be
I I assume it will be, but I wonder if it's going to be Dan Clancy opening ceremony where he would probably get booed by most of the audience, or if it's just like Amazon Ads has a booth there or somewhere like a lounge and they're just
Have we actually
doing
heard a
that.
boo at TwitchCon before?
What I will say is I have not heard an opening ceremony boo, and I've
I
been to
haven't
plenty.
either. I
However,
mean,
when I
there's
went
like
to
the
Twitch,
scattered boo here or there, but like a resounding boo, like the other team just scored a
uh-huh.
touchdown boo. Like
Right.
I have not heard
The
that from
the
TwitchCon.
the closest I've heard was actually this past TwitchCon San Diego that I went, and it was when Dan Clancy was doing his opening ceremony keynote, and I was sitting in like one of the first few rows because there was reserved seating for community programs like ambassadors guilds and stuff. And we were sitting there, and Dan Clancy brings up the partnership with Meta and their glasses, right? And the AI like
Oh,
stuff. So it wasn't a
ooh.
boo. It wasn't a boo, but
It was more like a
when it came up, it was more like, yeah, it was more like grimacing and a lot of and like, oh, I
like you
like
could see the
looked at my
question marks
friend.
popping up above people's heads.
Yeah, and like I looked at one of my ambassador friends, and they're just like, I don't like that, and I'm like, me neither. Like it's just like, yeah, it was, it's one of those things where the AI technology is just going to continue to pop up in places that you don't want it to. And it's a shame because like it's just like not what people want, and it's just being almost shoved down our throats, which is
Hmm.
not what we want. It's tiring, and yeah, before you know it, as Dan's Gaming says, soon your toilet paper roll will have an AI
I saw that
monitoring
one.
your usage habits.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
can I just interject with like one question here though? Who do
What's
you
up?
think is making these decisions? Do you think it's Dan Clancy himself being like, I run this company, this is what I do? Do you think it's the board? Do you think it's the shareholders? Or do you think it's coming all the way from Amazon and they're the ones dictating how Twitch needs to be run? And Dan Clancy is just the funnel in which we hear this information and has to be the face of all the
Uh-huh.
bad news?
I will tell you what I think, and I do not have any insights from the
Nope, this is
ambassador
completely
like
unbiased
side.
and speculation. This is not on
Yep.
behalf of Twitch or
I
anything
know
like
I've
that.
said that the past like couple episodes, but this is a moment I do need to say that. Like
Yes.
this is definitely just 2 cents.
Because, like, the thing
I
is,
don't
I
know
don't want to put the
anything.
blame on Dan. I like Dan. I don't think it's
Uh-huh.
Dan. I think it's the
Uh-huh.
Amazon people, you know?
hmm
But everyone's going to
I
rag on Dan because he's the one that stands on stage and says it.
he's the front facing man, Dan the man. But I do think that like Amazon does have a level of influence as they are the parent company.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch is an Amazon subsidiary, so there's a lot of factors that go into keeping Twitch profitable. Right, profitability has
Mm-hmm.
always been like a real issue for
Green line
Twitch.
go up.
Um, Yep. So that's why we've seen the push on ads, and that's why we might start to see more of that push. I believe on the AI side, that is not going to make a lot of the Twitch community happy, and Twitch knows this that like it would not make a lot of the community happy. Um, but like there are AI models that are like already in Twitch and that are already being worked on. As a matter of fact, one thing I've noticed on the public side is that like if you go to like the Twitch careers like jobs page,
Oh,
you will
yeah?
notice in a lot of the job descriptions of some of these posts that there's like not like a full-on requirement, I think, if I remember correctly, but like there needs to be some familiarity with like it's twitch.tv/jobs. There needs to be
Dang,
some
it's
familiar
okay. My bad.
yeah. There needs to yeah, I'm calling him out. There needs to be some
It was
familiarity with
careers.twitch.com.
yeah, yeah.
I found it.
So if you go to some job descriptions, you'll notice a lot more of a lean in on AI. So scroll back up all the way to the top.
I was going to
Or
say
yeah,
open
no, you
roles
got it. Yeah, open roles. And like
legal,
if you
but
go
it's
to
like,
maybe something, I don't know, it could be more like engineering or product
I'm
managers.
sure like under software
Um,
engineer, it'll probably be like AI, you got to use AI. All right, let's
yeah, it's definitely going to be somewhere. Familiarity with AWS infrastructure is one thing, but that's always just been like the
I tried to
thing
just
with
like search AI.
okay,
It didn't
definitely
come up, but
yeah, not on that job. We're gonna search into this because I remember seeing
mm-hmm.
something along this line of just like the familiarity needs to be there with like AI models and I they had a bunch of listings. I'm definitely looking into it right now because I remember reading into a job listing and how it was pretty AI heavy. And it was like semi recent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was semi recent as well. Um Yeah, they are looking for software engineers for creator sponsorships right now. So
It's crazy how like they laid off like 1,000 people, and yet there's like all these job openings. Like, I get that there's
welcome
turnover
to
and it makes
tech.
sense, but like that's ridiculous to me, right?
We're gonna lay off people and then we're gonna put their job listings back up on
And then we're
the
gonna see if we can hire somebody for cheaper.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Anyway, we don't have to dive into this if you don't want to, but like I'll take
no,
your word for
no,
it.
yeah. I'm just I'm very quickly clicking through because I'm not trying to put words into Twitch's mouth. Okay. Click on I found one. Click on program manager, culture and people development, which scroll down just a little bit on the yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you'll find it.
oh, yep, there I see it.
People and places.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's gonna be one of the first bullet points in under you will with a particular focus on AI.
You will partner with
Partner with
cross-functional
cross
leaders to
yeah.
design learning experiences. Yeah, with a particular focus on AI. Yeah, there it is.
You have hands-on experience with AI tools in a professional context. We'll ask you about this.
Yep.
Um,
Ooh.
yeah. So I knew that was there.
I use Chat
Learning management
GPT to write
systems.
TikTok captions for a dog food company. Does that count? I
Yeah.
hated every second of it.
So I just brought this up. Just like this is just one listing, but I remembered like seeing that like Twitch is like leaning into like people that are familiar with like AI models. So
hmm
that's just to say that this kind of honestly does not surprise me. In terms of like Twitch being the company that it is, like being tech, being all that, trying to like keep its profitability up and leaning into trends. AI is one of those trends in tech.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon absolutely leans into it. So naturally, Twitch is just gonna, you know, I do think Amazon has more of that influence in the sense that Twitch is gonna be navigating like AI usage in various products and workflows, but they, I think, also really, really have to be careful because if they are a little too on the nose with that, you could very much upset a lot more people more strongly than what you're already upsetting people with when it comes to the Amazon ads
Mm-hmm.
AI sponsorship tools being at TwitchCon. So I don't know. We don't know if this is like an opening ceremony thing, or we don't know if it's a just like a booth at TwitchCon or Amazon ads section of TwitchCon. I don't know if it's behind closed doors and not on the show floor. I'm assuming that they have something at Rotterdam, but all I really know about Rotterdam is Minecraft Go Burr. Everyone go check out Minecraft.
Everybody like
So
Minecraft. Mm.
yeah. So yeah, that's what I would say. It's the tool is great, but it could be way better. It's good, but it could be great. I'll say
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
Understandable. Well, let's get away from the doom and gloom for a little bit, and let's get a palate cleanser real quick. Do you remember these
Ah.
transparent orange tech? Look at that.
I
That's the
I would
stuff.
say the orange tech that I saw, I would say is like yeah, the GBA.
Dude, like
The
anything
GBA.
that was like electronics but you could see through, it's like
Oh yeah. I the see-through Wiimote, like yeah.
mm-hmm. The
Game Boy.
see-through
I
Game
I think I had
Boys,
one
there
of
was a see-through
those.
Xbox. I remember the see-through Nintendo 64s. Like if you go to the right
Mm,
show floor, the right convention, they still be selling some of those. Like that
they
was
do. They
mwah,
do.
chef's kiss. We need to bring stuff like this back. Where's my see-through PS5, you know? People kind of
Mm.
already have see-through computers. You see all these people that got like the window on the
Yeah.
side. Yeah, mine
Yeah.
does that, but it faces the other way so no one can see it. But I promise
Mm.
it's there. So
Yeah.
that's the good stuff right there. Anyway, I needed the
Hey.
palate cleanser before we jump
Yeah, thanks.
into
Thanks for that.
the next bad thing. Oh no, another bad thing. Valve raised Steam Deck prices in the U.S. Why? And it's not just by a little bit; it's by a
It's a lot.
lot. Like
It's a lot, a
it's
lot.
not the $50 or $100 that we've been seeing from
No.
like PlayStation and Nintendo and whoever that's been raising their
Mm-mm.
prices. The 1 terabyte OLED went from 650 to 950. That is literally a
Oh
near
God.
50% increase. $300.
We're getting into like PC territory almost.
At
Like,
that point, buy a PC, right? I mean, like
I
the
mean,
whole appeal is that you get it on the go. But yeah, then the 512 gigabytes, the half a terabyte goes from 550 to over 790
almost
nearly. Almost
$800.
800.
Yeah.
That's almost $250 right there. That
Yeah.
is so much. So,
These new prices reflect the current state of component costs and other global logistical challenges across the industry as a
this is
whole. So we got
buzzword.
something else.
Buzzwords.
We got something else than current market conditions and trends and
I mean, it's all the same thing, right? It's just a different way of saying
yep.
we want more money. I mean, I kind of understand the RAM thing because AI data
Mm,
centers taking up all the RAM, making RAM cost more
yeah.
than the computers themselves is crazy. But if they just left it at that and were like, it's RAM, I think people would, I wouldn't say kind of understand because $300 is a lot. But whenever they throw in other global logistical challenges, it is so vague. It just sounds like money, money, money. We want money, right? And that's all anyone hears, and that's all anyone sees. And you
I
can
mean,
see even more
yo,
about it here
chat
now.
cooked Nintendo over a $50 price
They
increase.
did.
But here we are with a $300 price increase.
Ugh.
I don't know what the pricing of the Steam machine is going to be when that circles around. Now I'm a little
That's
concerned
that's
about
going
that.
over a grand now. You can almost certainly, right? And it's like at this price
Yeah.
point, you might as well get a Switch too, cause that's
No,
cheaper.
literally.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Like what exactly are you getting? Like, yeah, like it is powerful, it is amazing, but like I don't want to pay $900 for a keyboard theme. Like.
No, that's way too much. Hold on, I want to see if I can find the. Yeah, here's. Okay, I
Oh,
saw this is one of the images I saw where it's all like usually it's the
oh,
other way around where all of the other companies are shooting themselves in the face or the foot or whatever it is, and Steam's just over here like, how are you guys so
uh-huh.
bad at this? And now it's finally come full circle where Steam's the one doing it too. Like apparently no one can get it right. I don't get it, man. We're being priced out of our own hobbies. Like it's ridiculous. It's like with
Bruh.
right now, I wanted to play Lego Batman, but I also wanted to play 007 First
Uh,
Light. I couldn't get a key for Lego Batman, so hey, I
mm,
just put it on my credit card. But now I can't get one for First Light either, and it's like, ooh, boo hoo, game guy can't get free games, pay for it like everybody else. But my
no.
point is that everybody else who is paying for these, that is $140 for 2 video games. That is a lot of money. Not
Hmm.
everybody has $140. I don't have $140. Like that's ridiculous. We used to, love Steam for the fact that hey, we can go on Steam and for $70 you could probably buy 5 different games and they'd all be really quality games. But it seems like if you're only choosing one game every 6 months, or unless you're doing that, you're getting priced out of being able to play video games. Like you can't upgrade to the new video game and play the new video game. It's the rich man's game to be able to buy the Switch 2 on day one and get Donkey Kong Bonanza, or be able to play 007 First Light with pretty good graphics because the computers and the PCs cost $5,000 and then the games are all releasing at 70 and it's ridiculous. This used to be an affordable hobby. What happened?
But don't worry, guys. We all got 45% pay raises this year, right? Right? Yeah, you got it. You in the back? Yeah.
Pretty
Uh-huh.
sure I
Yeah.
went down 45% really. Like if we're doing the math,
Oh.
if we're doing the math on it, I think
Oh.
yeah.
Well, wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, not having a Steam Deck. Wow,
I
imagine.
don't have a Steam. Do you have a Steam Deck?
No,
Yeah. Bro, I
I
can only
don't.
play as many games as I play now because I get like most of them for free, and I am like super like just so happy and blessed for that, and I acknowledge that. But it's like I would be playing like old games over and over again. I would not be able to play a brand new game if I wanted to. I would have to
Yeah,
choose between
I
one every year, and I would have already had to choose that one, and I would not be able to play anymore.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. With all these increases, gaming is becoming an expensive hobby. It's already
Mm-hmm.
here. It's already more expensive.
And it sucks. I'm so sad. Like I'm genuinely sad because this is my passion. This is what I love doing. And it's like,
Yeah.
this is a little out of pocket, but they say it's like a recession indicator when like strippers are no longer
Right.
making enough money
Oh,
because of the I know it's
that's not what I thought
out
you
of
were
left
gonna
pocket,
say at
but
all.
it's because of the fact that they're fueled by like the generosity of others. When people have excess money, they go to strip clubs and spend it on strip clubs. Same thing goes with anything in the entertainment business, movies, video games. So it's like when video games, people aren't able to buy video games, and video game companies aren't doing well, and now they're forced to raise prices and everything. It's kind of a recession indicator because the price of everything is going up. Nobody can afford it. The game sales are down, and all these layoffs are happening. And it's like, wow, maybe people don't have the extra money to be spending $70. It's almost like it's crazy how everything parallels itself. Nobody's really getting fast food anymore because fast food has gone up to like $16 a meal. Video games are up to $70 for a brand new video game, and people can't even afford rent. I'm upset. Michael,
Yeah,
you and I
it's
moved to the
upsetting.
Cayman Islands and we live off of the coconuts. Thoughts?
I mean, look, we'll wait for all this to blow over. All right. That
let's
doesn't
go. Let's
sound
go
like a
hide in the
bad.
bunker and wait for everything to blow over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Breaks my heart, but like all we can do is hope for the best and try to be the change we want to see. You know?
And if it doesn't work, hey, at least we tried. And
If it doesn't work, I'll
we
just play Slay the Spire 2 forever. But hey, you know what? At least Toontown's still free.
at least Toontown's still free. Thank God.
All right, I wanted to ask you a question, and then we're gonna play a game, and then we'll get you out of here because I know you got to do a stream. All right.
What's up?
All right. So the question that I proposed to you before we even started recording that I wanted you to think about is that we've gone through a few different games already that are having gleaming reviews, and we even talked about last week how some games are getting higher ratings or lower ratings than they deserve. I want to ask you, what makes a game a 10 out of 10 game? Like, maybe just think of a couple bullet points or examples or something that would put that game in that category for you. That generational game. What does it for you?
Yeah, like I said, 10 out of 10 game is not perfect,
Oh, of
and
course.
it's something though that it is masterful in its own right.
I
It's
think that's a
not
really
just
good explanation. Actually, this
yeah,
that
it's
hits the head
not
on the
it's
nail.
not it's not just only a definitive title within its respective genre. It is also like when you look at it like standalone,
Mm,
like it is captivating and telling in its own way that like either sends a message or it tells a story so eloquently,
hmm
right?
Do you
And
think a game that doesn't have
yeah,
a story to it could be a 10 out of 10 game?
a game that doesn't have a story to it could but like I was just kind of going off of like
Of course.
examples.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, some of the best games out there aren't really about the story; they're about the experiences, which
I
is a
like
little
that because that's
different.
what makes it a game, right? You can play it.
Yeah,
That's half of it. That's the game part. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, no, yep, yeah, exactly. It's whether it's like the experiences that you have personally or the shared experiences that you have with others through said game, said title, and the impact that it leaves on you and the community. I mean, that is all what leads a game to really, it's like, when you're doing your quarterly reviews and it's like, okay, 3 is like you met expectations, 5 is like above and beyond. Like, you want to be at 3 to start, and then as you work your way up and continue to like go through whatever it is you're doing, like you work your way up to like that top part. So like to that extent, like you'll have your blueprint of like what this game is going to maybe look like or sound like, but what is it that you're trying to do? What kind of stories, experiences are you trying to like craft? Thinking 2 steps ahead, and that is what makes a game lean towards that like 9 and 10 mark.
I like that. No, that's actually really good. Like I want to take what you said and kind of build off of that because you hit some really good notes that I think are 100% correct, all right? Like
Hmm.
for instance, I think a 10 out of 10 game could come from any genre and I think every genre should and could have a 10 out of 10 game, right? Like even sports
Yeah.
games, I know they're sports games, but they have
Uh-huh.
the ability to be a 10 out of 10 game. That 10 out of 10 game comes when it's able to, I wouldn't even say the word perfect, but it's the best word that can come to my mind because there's no such thing as a perfect game. But be able to perfect the craft of its genre and then elevate it to a new level, right? Because when a game can at least perfect its own genre, it makes it a good game. There's a ton of examples of that, especially in like story-based games,
Hmm.
platformers, shooters, stuff like that. But we notice in every single 10 out of 10 game, they take what they learn from that genre and add something to it. There's some sort of,
Yeah.
I guess you would call it the X factor that pushes it above and beyond because there's so many good 8 out of 10 games that hit every single checklist, and that's usually what makes them good is that checklist of, oh, it needs to have
Hmm.
this, it needs to have that, it needs to have, forgiving but challenging enough, and open world but not too open, and fills it, and it's like a perfect game, without using the term perfect, doesn't necessarily need to be easy, doesn't necessarily need to be hard, but it does need to encapsulate the best parts of its genre and capitalize off of them, which is why something like Elden Ring is considered a 10 out of 10
Yep.
game, because even though it's hard and it may not be like approachable to maybe the common gamer, or like your grandpa if you hand him the controller, what it does is it knows what it's trying to be excels at it and then even takes it one step further and goes above and beyond, while also cleaning up a lot of the faults that usually plague that genre. And so you
Yeah.
see that time and time again with things like Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom,
Yep.
Mario Galaxy 2, the
Hmm.
original Last of Us, whether it's through storytelling, through gameplay, anything and everything that encompasses. So there are a lot of examples out there, but a 10 out of 10 game for me is something that not only knows how to match that checklist, not only understands the fundamentals of the game design of the genre that it's creating or trying to create into, but then being able to understand the art of it and
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
that inspiration and give it that little bit of personality, that little bit of an X factor.
Turning it into something so meaningful that it
Mm-hmm.
cannot be ignored. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that everyone should play this.
Yeah,
That's what
even
these
if you're not like
reviewers.
a fan of the genre,
Yeah.
this could make you a
Yeah.
fan of the genre because it
Yeah.
it just so masterfully makes that genre like the perfection of that genre. Again, without using the
Yeah.
word perfect, but it's I
Yes.
can't not use
Got
the
you.
word perfect, but you know what I mean. Like it knows how
I
to
can.
make that genre art.
There you go.
So that's in my opinion what makes a 10 out of
Mm.
10 game. Now let me flip it on you. What makes a 1 out of 10 game or a 0 out of 10 game?
Well, yeah. Without dogs, it's
Without
automatically
dogs.
0. Yeah. If
Can
you
I
can't
pet the
the
dog? No, 0.
yeah.
It's a good
Only
answer.
1 point. Yeah, that's the only answer. No, yeah, a 0 is not only are the issues there, but they are so plaguing that like this game shouldn't have even existed in the first place.
I think it's like it's not even just like the game is buggy or incomplete or
Mm,
unfinished because that'll definitely be part of it, but I think it's like a lack of understanding of why games are made. And I've seen a few of those where it's
yeah,
just all like the game was clearly made to sell microtransactions. The game was clearly made because somebody wanted to make
yeah,
money and thought this was the way to do it. There's no
yeah,
passion, no heart. Because it's like you can have bad games that are poorly optimized, but at least somebody tried and it was somebody's project. Somebody put a little bit of
mm,
themselves into it. But it's like in order to really cross that threshold into like one of the worst monstrosities you've ever seen, you get this combination of like the game is bad fundamentally and it was made for the wrong reasons, which can be seen through the price it's sold at or egregious microtransactions or anything and anything between that.
yeah. Well said.
Thank you. I spent a lot of time thinking about these things. I love thinking about these things. And
Hmm.
with that
Hmm.
being said, you want to hop into our special game of the week?
Oh, what game do you have for me this week, Mr. Snoop?
It is on topic. It's on brand with everything we've talked about today. It's called Over or Under, where I'm going to shout out some
Ah,
video games for you, and then I'm going to give you a score, and you get to guess if that game is over that score or under that score. We're going to be going by Metacritic scores, and I'm going to let you choose. Do we want to go by critic scores or user scores?
um, user scores.
All right, user
I
scores.
want to
I
hear.
like
I
that.
want to hear. I want to hear what the players think.
All
You know.
right, let me mix these up a
Yeah.
little bit.
So, if anyone doesn't know, this is basically Price is Right, higher or lower.
Mm-hmm. All right. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. All right. So our very first one, we're gonna go by user score, is going to be Super Mario Sunshine for the Nintendo GameCube. Do you
Okay.
think it is over or under an 8.5? Of course, out of 10. User score.
I think the user score. I think it's higher.
You think it's
Or
higher than
over. Yeah.
8.5? All right, drum roll, please. I'll even show it on the screen for you. He
Oh yeah.
is unfortunately incorrect because it is an 8.2 by user
Oh, that's
score. Isn't that
mean.
crazy?
The critics were right.
The
the
critics know what they're
players.
talking about. A 9.2 right there, right?
Yeah, so it sounds like 20% of the users did not finish the game. So
I
that's what I'm hearing.
think
So
Mario
yeah.
Sunshine. I love Mario Sunshine, by the way. It's one of my favorite 3D Mario games. I think it's plagued by a little bit of clunky controls and a little bit of a difficulty spike. So I see
Hmm.
where the 8.2 comes from, but it is such a classic and laid the fundamentals for everything after it that it definitely holds its place in history. So like I get it, but
Yep.
also like I see why you think it would be higher. So I'll give you that
I
one
mean,
there.
it says on the box art player's choice. So
I
like,
know, right? You'd think the players would be choosing it more often and not 8 out of 10
man,
times.
well, you win
All
some,
right.
you lose some. What's the next game?
More recent game. We have Star Wars Outlaws, the Ubisoft
Oh
Star
boy.
Wars game. All right.
Okay.
So from a user perspective, was it over or under 7.5?
Under.
You think it was under 7.5? All right. Well, let's see. He is absolutely correct. It was a 7.0 by the users.
Yep. The users were not as fond of this game, that's for sure.
And that's fair. I've played this game. I liked it enough. I see where the 7.0 comes from, especially on release, where it did have a lot of
Yeah.
questionable decisions. Like, they did a lot of things to update it. I would probably say it's up
Yeah.
to at least a 7.5 now. I'll give it that. But on release,
Uh-huh.
it did leave a lot of bad taste in people's mouths because
Yeah,
there were
that's what
things
I was
like
thinking of.
if you picked up an enemy gun and then walked through a doorway, it would make you automatically drop the gun. You couldn't take it with you, and it was kind of weird. It was baffling. And then there was a lot of
Yeah.
these like lockpick mini games and mechanics that like every 5 steps you'd hit a lock and you have to do the lockpick thing, and there was no way to skip it. There was no easy way to get over it. Now they've added a setting where you can just like auto lockpick, and so you go up to a lockpick, you click the button, it goes click, and it opens, right? So if you don't want to do the little puzzle over and 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 over again, you don't have to. So they've addressed that, but like on release, I'm gonna totally get it. So
Yeah.
all right, we're
Yep.
going a little bit old school on this one. All right,
Okay.
we've
Let's do it.
got Banjo Kazooie.
Nice. Love Banjo-Kazooie.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goat right there.
As my goat. Over or
The Jigsaw
under
Master.
the Jiggy Master? Over
Jiggy
or
Master.
under 8.5?
Ooh, do I think the users were jiggy with it? I think that the users rated this game a bit under
A bit under
8.5.
8.5. Well, Banjo Kazooie for the Nintendo 64 is
Was
over at
higher.
9.0. The users love Banjo. Shout out
I,
Banjo.
you know, I, yeah, I thought higher, but I second guessed myself, and that's what
I,
gets you on game shows.
yeah,
So
that's how you do it
that's how you,
right there.
that's how you win some and lose some right there.
It's okay.
So
You'll get the next one. I believe in you. So
yeah, no.
at the very beginning, before we even started recording, I asked if you would just give me a random game, and you did. You gave me a Hat in Time. So
I
now, a
did.
Hat in Time, over or under 8.5?
Higher. Over.
Over? All right. A Hat in Time is 8.6. It is
Oh
higher.
wow.
There you go. It's a really
Yeah,
good
how
game,
about
though, by the
that?
way. That's a great game. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Critics may be a little underselling this one
Yeah.
because I think it's a pretty good game right there.
If the community likes it, that's what matters.
That's what matters. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Last two are a little bit more difficult. All right, so just get
Sure.
that thinking
I'm
cap
ready.
on. We've got Sonic Forces from 2017.
Ooh. Okay.
Higher or lower than a 6
For the user score,
for the user score?
I'll say higher. I'll say
Higher than a
higher.
6 for Sonic Forces? It
I think by a
is
little bit.
just over at
Yep.
6.2. The critics had it
I
lower.
feel
The critics had
I
57 out
I
of
I
100.
I I pretty much knew that the critics would be lower, but the users, I think that there's enough support for the Sonic franchise that like it'd be a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
Um Yeah, I remember when this game first got revealed and like how excited everyone was, and the game came out and like
And then they weren't
it had its
excited no more.
moments. It had its moments.
hmm
Um, yeah, but
It's weird to
that's
see the actual like the user score and the critics actually kind of agree on this one, you know? It's wild.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot more like there's over half of the bar that's like either medium or negative for the users.
hmm
So, yeah.
All right, last one, Michael. We've got
Okay.
the original 2005 Disney's Toontown Online.
2005.
That's when I know it came out in 2003, but it says released on
Yeah,
October 6,
what?
2005. Okay, so
So,
I'm going
okay.
by I know my Toontown lore. I know you do too.
Okay, I guess someone must have played
Metacritic
the I
thinks
don't
they
know.
came out in 2005. So, according to the
Metacritic must have
2005
played the UK
Metacritic,
version or something. Like they overseas.
okay,
Yeah, okay.
Toontown Online higher or lower than a 7
User score.
user score?
I'll say higher.
Higher than a 7? Well, he is correct. It's 7.5 for Disney's Toontown Online, and the critics actually
I
had it up to 80.
Hey,
Crazy.
I knew that it was critically acclaimed,
Mm-hmm.
especially given the fact that the game did win some awards back in
Mm-hmm.
the day.
Oh yeah.
Um, oh yeah, it was award
I
winning.
love
So
September 5th, 2020. The game's already been closed for a while. This game is a game for children that was deleted by Disney due to disgusting acts performed on that. We're not going to continue that.
we sure
But on the
aren't.
other
But
side,
why?
honestly, this game deserves to be a 10 out of 10. No gearing issues whatsoever. Best game ever. You
Love
really
that.
get all types here on Metacritic, that's for sure.
You sure do.
You
But you
sure
know
do.
what? I won most of the guesses, and
You
that's what
did. You got most
matters.
of them right. I think you only got one of them wrong, and that's pretty good. Look at you knowing your user
I know my
scores.
stuff. I've
Because you're
been
just
around the
thinking to
block.
yourself, you're like, I'm a user. How would I feel about that
Yeah,
game?
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's Speed Chat Plus for this week. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Before we get going, Michael, do you have a game shout out for this week? Anything you playing? Anything you're looking forward to?
Let's see. I will shout out 007 First Light. Not that I played it, but it is looking like a pretty amazing game that I do think everyone should check out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I'm just gonna quickly look through some of the top, like, to just seeing what's trending right now on the good old Twitch site. And let's see. Did I get around to shouting out Subnautica 2 yet? I don't know if I did.
I
But
don't.
shout out
I don't
Subnautica
think
2.
so. My brother-in-law actually like asked me about that. I went to a
Oh
picnic on
yeah?
Monday, and he's all like, "Yo, you playing
Mhm.
Subnautica too?" And I was like, "I'm not, but I've heard good things because it's in early access
Yeah,
right now, and so they're
it
still
is.
ironing some
Yeah,
of it out, but it's still really good for what it is in early access. Dude, these early access
exactly.
games got us eaten. Slay the
No,
Spire 2, that's
they
my shout out by
do.
the way. If you haven't been playing Slay the Spire 2,
Yeah.
I just recently like the difficulty goes from 0 to 10. Me and my buds just beat Ascension 10 on Slay the Spire 2 multiplayer. Whoo! You
Mm.
got to fight two bosses at the end. Oh, it was so good.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
what a
so
moment.
brutal.
What a rush. So,
Two more shout outs. First off, Forza Horizon 6. Absolutely gorgeous game.
it has all of
You saw the
Skyrim
clip
inside of it,
earlier.
right? How can you it's
It's
two
got
games in one?
Skyrim. Skyrim's in the DLC. You gotta like it's actually impressive what kind of like car customizations you can do. They even have some like car horns that are like references. They have car horns of like themes from like Banjo-Kazooie or in
Ooh,
the Blind Forest. They got like the themed ones that are
that's
really
fun.
cool.
I like
So
that.
yeah. I'm also gonna shout out a game that I haven't played, but is making the rounds. Paralives is a upcoming life simulation indie game, and you build your dream house, create characters. It's similar to Sims, but it has its very own uniqueness to it, and it's like all over my feed. So I would recommend looking into that game if you're looking for a new indie game to check out.
Nice. My other shout out
Yeah.
is Lego Batman: The Legacy of the Dark Knight because that's what I've been playing over the weekend. I did spend real money on it, and so as
Mm.
somebody who's spent real money on it, I I've liked it. It's good, but it's not great. Like, it actually kind of pains me to say that it actually is like a 7 out of 10 game, because they did lean into a lot of like the Arkham stuff. Like, it leaned into Arkham movement and Arkham fighting and everything like that. But it lost a lot of its Lego roots, right? Like, there's no more like true Jedi status. There's no more like extras that you have to unlock, and like
Yeah.
most of the extra stuff you do is just that real world kind of busy chore stuff that you get out of every single open world game. And there's a limited character roster. You can only play between 7 and 10 characters. So it's like all the things that made a Lego game are like missing from this game, and people are noticing. So although it's fun, like I can at least take that like objective standpoint and be like, it is actually it's losing the heart of like Legos. Like it almost doesn't feel like a Lego game because of it. You're not building a lot. You're not doing a lot of that stuff. It feels more Batman than it does Lego, but still fun. Don't spend $70 on it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe when it goes down to 30.
When it goes on sale, do that. Yep.
Yeah, but there you go. Thank you guys for watching Speed Chat Plus. Anything you want to leave us with, Michael?
I took a look back at how long we've been doing Speed Chat Plus. Do you know how long we've been doing Speed Chat Plus?
I want to say it's been 8 or 9 months. We've been doing it since like August of last year. Pretty close, right?
Since July, yeah.
Really?
So,
we're coming up almost a year. Wow.
Yeah, we're a couple
Look
months
at
out.
Us.
Yeah,
I gotta make more
yes.
shorts for us. That's what I gotta do.
Yeah, we gotta
gotta get my
take our
shorts game
past
up.
year, and it's right. Yeah, so it's been cool to keep doing this, even when I am traveling so much.
We make it work for you.
We make it work. I'll be with the family this weekend, and then
Tell them I
next
say
week
hi.
I'm back. I will, they'll say, "Hey, Aaron." Yeah, and then I'll come back for like a day, and then it's Summer Game Fest. So,
ooh, I'm so looking
gotta
forward
go to
to that.
that.
This the whole
We'll
week
talk
of
about
like
that next
video
time.
game announcements and stuff.
I mean, hey,
I was thinking of fitting in like our predictions, but like they pretty much spelled out everything that they're announcing anyway. And it's like,
well, I mean, State of Play is on June 2nd, so we could watch that and then film an episode of our reactions.
We could. So we could do like State of Play reactions / Summer Game Fest predictions. There you go.
Exactly.
I like it. That's a thought.
I think
this
that's
is why you're the co-host, Michael. This is why it's just as much your show as it is mine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, chat.
All right, we're going. Have a good one, everybody. Leave a like. We'll see you next time. Subscribe. I should have said that at the beginning. Okay, bye.
Subscribe.
Bye.